Welcome to the one-stop shop for photography sales, marketing and branding wizardry. At Wolfe-Island, we help awesome photographers and videographers take their business from failing to freaking awesome.
It's going to be fun and it's going to get silly because life's too short to be boring, but we'll tackle real-life business issues with Q&As, live interviews and current news reviews to leave you buzzing and ready to take your photography business to the next level of awesome.
Instagram illusion.
Okay, so we've given you a little sneak peek into what we're talking about today in a rather weird and characteristically Ethan way. Instagram illusion. So what we're talking about is the Instagram illusion. Now, what we mean by that, things that can give you the impression that they're working well for your business when actually there may be other things that are working better, but they don't initially seem like they're working well. Yes. Now, that sounds like a bit mysterious, so we're going to explain.
I think the key here is Instagram's great, but you've got to be objective. Just because everybody's using Instagram and everyone keeps talking about Instagram or that one thing, because 4 years ago everyone was talking about Facebook, and 4 years before that everyone was talking about Twitter. Like, you couldn't get business if you didn't do those things, and things change. Your marketing changes. I think that's actually what we're talking. We're not actually digging at Instagram here. We're actually talking about what's good for business and what's good for marketing.
What we're talking about is the ability to analyze where is your most profitable marketing stream.
Yes.
And to look beyond the obvious numbers.
Yeah.
So like you said, we're not saying Instagram's wrong and Instagram is good. And for a lot of people, Instagram works very well. But there are other avenues that work just as well. But photographers may not put the time into developing it because it doesn't initially seem on the surface that it's worth their investment. Yeah. But if you develop a business analytical head and are able to analyze actually exactly where your traffic's coming from, exactly how to use those marketing, you just need to think like a marketer, and that's different than just thinking like a consumer. Yes,
I was thinking about this the other day, and I was chatting to one of the photographers we've been helping out recently, and I was chatting to him about Instagram gets you this number of clients per hour worked, let's say. What if you could use this lame other one for other marketing stream, even if that's Facebook or even if it's Twitter? Just digging on Twitter earlier, but even if it's Twitter, if you can put loads less time into doing that marketing strategy rather than Instagram, would you do it? And he was like, well, yeah, of course. And I'm like, but would you actually do it? Because everyone's like, oh, Instagram's cool. To have legitimacy in front of other photographers, I have to be seen as good at Instagram. And I'm like, you don't. So sort of take that sort of fairy tale out of the head. Yeah. That's the illusion part, I think.
There's a lot of panic, I think, around Instagram, and I think this is where the whole pod thing has grown from, is that exactly like you said, you need to be seen to be doing well at Instagram, and people panic that they don't seem to be doing well on Instagram, so they join all these pods desperately trying to, well, if I like and comment on your post, will you like and comment on my post? And then suddenly I feel better because my post has got more likes and comments. But it's other photographers who are liking and commenting. That's not potential clients.
Yeah, and the aim is obviously, to then get in front of potential clients. I assume that's the idea of being in a pod.
I think it boosts you in the feed.
But the point being is that's not necessarily that useful if it's making you, essentially giving you anxiety.
Well, yeah.
You're having to keep up and you're having to be seen to do something. I guess what we're saying with this is you have permission not to feel like you have to do Instagram. Or do it well, or put hours and hours. We talk often on one of our courses about spending 15 minutes a day on your marketing. Well, I've never heard of an Instagram guru tell you that you can spend any less than an hour a day on that one
I've
thing.
I've heard gurus say 20 minutes a day, yet in reality, when they're describing their typical day, they're saying 20 minutes in the day, but they're also saying, and bearing in mind that's 20 minutes actually on the platform. That's not setting up the buffer. That's not planning what they're going to say or creating the content to go onto Instagram. We're talking hours for that. And they're also not talking about, they also say that when they're waiting in queues for things or lines, then they can just scroll then. So if you're adding up all that extra time, that actually I think is valuable thinking time. When we've lost the art of being bored. And actually, it's really important. You need to have that time well, you're not really doing anything.
I'm bored all the time now.
You live with me. How can you possibly be bored? I am a
roller coaster.
wealth of
You are a
exciting
roller coaster.
activities.
Yes,
I am quite a roller coaster. But it's fun.
It's a fun
You got to
roller coaster. It's
admit,
the fun
you
kind
like
of roller
it.
coaster, yeah.
But yeah, if you add up all those times when actually you could have been allowing your brain to daydream and start actually problem solving, you're just instinctively and addictively going back to the platform, scrolling, checking, commenting. If you're adding all that up, I mean, we're talking hours. And now when we say 15 minutes a day, we're talking about 9 different marketing streams as well. We're not just talking about Instagram. We've got a lot of different marketing channels that we use, and they all need a little bit of
a plate spin, I like to call it. You're just keeping the inertia going. So it does take a little time to set up. Of course, things, sometimes you need to spend more time on things, but on average, that's what we do. And I think that's what we're talking about here doesn't just pertain to Instagram. It's everything. So if you're obsessed with your Facebook account, or you're obsessed with your Instagram account, or you're obsessed with marketing on Pinterest, and it's not getting you the results that are worthy of your time that you've put in, it's not getting you the sales. And I think that's the key.
Yes.
We're measuring our success. I know people hate the idea of doing this, but you measure your success in the money that you've earned for your business. When we're talking about paying your bills, talking about making sure that you stay afloat, there are other ways you can measure your success, and those are great, but you've got to feed yourself first.
And I think that's the thing, it's the reality is a lot of Instagram gurus say, that the bulk of their business comes, I've heard 50% of my clients come from Instagram, but the amount of time they have to put into their Instagram, I mean, it's easy to see when you go on their Instagram how much time they're investing in that for 50% of their bookings. Now, when I had 600 inquiries in a single year, I wasn't even doing Instagram.
Yeah.
I literally wasn't on Instagram at that point.
No,
that was my other marketing channels. It didn't take anywhere near that.
It was like 2016 and you still weren't on Instagram. I couldn't believe that.
I know. I'm older than my time. What's it called?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, your mind is older than your body.
I heard a TV presenter once say I was quite literally born middle-aged, and I was like, I so identify with that. I was born middle-aged. I'm so old.
Was it Instagram that you called a platform once as well?
Lord,
I mean, you're correct. Just funny, in like a normal conversation. It's a platform.
Do sound like an old lady sometimes, don't I?
That's good.
Do you know what? I don't even care.
That's fine.
Quite like it. Just
because
I'm embracing my...
You were cool because you got 600 inquiries in a year, so there we go.
Yes.
That's where it's at.
The point of the story is that Instagram isn't the be all and end all, and actually for the amount of time, what it is, it's being able to balance the amount of time investment versus the amount of reward that you're getting. And like you said, reward, we're talking sales. I wasn't on Instagram. I wasn't putting any of that time in. And my marketing channels, I was just spinning the plates, just a little bit here, a little bit there, 15 minutes a day, just not very much. And I'm getting 600 high budget inquiries. I had my price on the website. It was 600 high
price
budget.
on the website, and it's expensive.
I would have got more if I didn't have the price on the website.
Exactly, you'd have been in the thousands easily.
So what it is being able to analyse the rewards. So going back to Instagram, because we have digressed slightly. But
all
it's
important.
It's all very important. Very important. We've got far too many important things to say, haven't we? But we're just too opinionated. That's the problem.
We really are. I think you've nailed that on the head. Yeah.
Surprised anyone listens to us. But there we go. Thank you for sticking around till now. These over-opinionated photographers.
Yeah.
So going back to practical, because we like to make this really practical. So I actually ran a test on Instagram and Facebook because I suspected this to be true because I'm always analysing from a customer point of view, how would I interact with my business? If I was coming to it fresh, what would I do and how would I interact with it? Now, what I see of Facebook, just for this illustration, like I said, we're not having a dig at Instagram or bigging up Facebook. We're just taking them as two examples. So Facebook is set up to help people leave the platform. Yep. It's set up to have clickable links. That's the setup of it. And Facebook are very much driving ads and sponsored posts and things. They want you to pay to get people to click off the platform.
Yes.
So they're actually accommodating that and allowing that. Instagram is designed to keep people on the platform as long as humanly possible. Yeah. So there isn't obvious and easy ways to get off the platform, you just click and you click on hashtags and you keep clicking and you find more and you get, it's designed to keep you on the platform. Now, for my sales process, I need people to get to my website.
Yes.
When they're on my website, I've created a filtering sales system. On that website, I need people to enter that filtering sales system. That's how I'm going to know that they're the perfect client for me, but they are going to know that I'm the perfect photographer for them.
And then you're not then wasting time responding to inquiries that are just pointless.
Yes.
You're just able to have real good, simple system that's efficient.
Yes.
Yeah.
So based on that, I just needed to put some numbers to this. It's all right to have an idea and have a hypothesis.
Yeah.
And think, I think this might be true, but we need some numbers. So what I did, test it. So I put the same post on Instagram and Facebook, the exact same post on the same day at the usual times that I post to get good interactions.
Yes. Yep.
I got 4 times more likes on Instagram than I did on Facebook.
So that on the surface.
So when you take that, which one looks like it's better for business?
Yeah, well, Instagram.
Well, Instagram.
You got 4 times more interaction.
4 times more people interacting with the post.
That's right.
But now, when we want to be innovative marketers and clever business owners, we need to look beyond the surface of things and actually analyze the effectiveness of those interactions. Lots of people have interacted, but are they engaging with your business or are they just engaging with that post? So what I then did was I then analysed how many people actually came to my website from Instagram and from Facebook on that day. And I got, this is going to blow your mind, 500 times more 500 times more people, more traffic to my website from Facebook than from Instagram. So now we're analysing it. I've posted the exact same post on Instagram and Facebook, and I've got 500 times more traffic to my website. So that's people entering my filtering sales process from Facebook than Instagram. Now, which one looks like it's better for business? Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, Facebook on that.
Facebook is better for engaging people into the sales process of your business, not just engaging with a single post.
In our particular,
test.
Even the difference. There's a difference between us two. In your particular niche. And that's the key here. Is that's what works then. So everyone's got to do this test for themselves. They've got to find out because
absolutely.
Not divulging anything too personal, but we're both in our 30s, and our clients tend to be. We've found even when we were shooting in our 20s, our clients tended to be around our sort of age. So if you're a photographer in your 20s and your target client in their 20s, they might be on Instagram a bit more. So you've got to test it. You've got to find out because your demographic's always going to be different. Find out the facts. Don't just assume. And if you're in your 20s, don't take what I just said as I definitely should be on Instagram. That's not what I'm saying at all.
We're saying analyze. Be clever about it.
Be clever.
Don't. You're just going to copy everything I'm saying.
I'm just going to. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, what she says.
Like our goddaughter. Yeah. Constantly copying what I say. Sorry, I'm getting in the habit. Ditto, yeah. Ditto.
Well, there we go. We've just proved that we're approaching middle age.
Yeah.
We're definitely not cool anymore. Yeah. But actually, no, you didn't say it, so you're still cool. I'm the one who's not cool anymore.
We knew that already.
Everybody knows that. It's fine.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's about being clever and analysing which marketing streams are actually being effective. Now, that means not just looking at how many likes you're getting or interactions on a post, but how many of them are actually engaging in a way that actually leads them towards taking action with your business. And for me personally, I don't particularly like Instagram, even if people are interacting with the post. I don't like the fact that people, because everyone's staying on the platform, they'll message you directly on Instagram. That's an issue for me because I've set up a filtering sales system on my website. I need people to go through that.
We want them to go through it automatically so that we don't have to add a bunch of extra work.
Yes.
So you could filter them with messages and spend huge amounts of time talking to them one-on-one, whereas you could just go straight through the system.
And that is one of the things I like about Facebook is that you have the option to turn off direct messaging.
Yes,
which I did because I literally this was the worst inquiry I ever got on Facebook. It said literally no hello, no nothing. It just said, what your best price?
Yeah, not even like a full sentence, and
That
some
was
of
it.
it was like text speak, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
just
what
you are instead of
WOT, what your best price? Yeah, you are.
It's like try to put some effort in.
And I was like, do you know what? I didn't even reply. I just turned off.
Rude.
I turned off Facebook messaging. I was like, right, that is the death of that.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got time to. I just don't have the admin time. If I'm going to run an effective business that works for me, not controlling me, and actually releases me to live my life, I don't have the admin time spare. Exactly as you said, to be talking to people who don't have all the information yet, who haven't gone through my filtering process, who don't understand how this works, who I work with, what to expect. And so by the time people get in touch with me on my website, they're ready to book.
Yes.
That's just the reality.
So it's interesting that you say, you had a fairly ropey inquiry there through Facebook. I actually came to the same conclusion, turned messaging off on my Facebook page, but I never actually had stuff that was that ropey. I had pretty nice inquiries, but I came to the same conclusion because I realised that those people who were sending nice inquiries through Facebook and fairly decent ones would very easily do the exact same thing on my website.
Yes.
So, we're talking about booking 30 to 70, depending on what type of wedding photographer you are, 30 to 70 weddings, people a year. Like, it's easy. They're going to be sold on who you are. And of course, we both make sure to access the website very easily through our Facebook. It's very obvious how to get to our website, the process they've got to go through next.
Yes.
So it just saves me some time, but it doesn't alienate anyone. I think that sometimes we worry that we've got to catch everybody possible. And making them do an extra step that that we could have done for them is going to lose them, but you're not going to lose them, because the reality is the people who put most effort into getting in touch with you are the ones that are going to be really, really good for you. And really good clients to work with. I think that's the important
So
thing.
to summarise, we're not saying that Instagram is wrong or that Facebook is better. What we're saying, for that particular test, Facebook came out better. So be clever and strategic about what you're doing, how you're spending your time, and why not just guess, but know that is a good investment for your time
Management.
Management,
Your own personal life,
For the time that you're putting in, are you getting the same amount of reward proportionally to other things that you're doing?
The easiest way to measure that is about how much money you're making from that thing.
Yes.
The easiest way.
I hope that's been helpful. Little food for thought.
A little bit of Instagram versus the world. But
let us know how you get on with it. And as you analyse these things, do you find anything interesting? I mean, to be honest, I did not expect to find 500 times more traffic to my website from Facebook. That was even beyond what I expected. So you may find there's some quite surprises along the way. So let us know if you find something quite surprising as you analyse the effectiveness of your marketing, the actual effectiveness of it.
Yeah.
Be interested to know what you find.
Really interesting. Awesome.
Head over to Wolfe-Island.com and become a resident to start transforming your photography business into the unstoppable success you deserve.
And don't forget the Wolfe-Island Photography Business Exchange on Facebook, where you'll find the best discussions, support, and meet other pioneers from around the world.
Your dream client is waiting, and you've got what it takes. At Wolfe-Island, we're believing that this can be the best year yet for your business.